Alright, so I am back, and today we're going to do another rant of the week. But before we get started there, a couple things I just wanted to go over, and a question to ask. God damn, it's fucking light. Everything seems to be bright enough right here, but for some reason it decides to turn it on. Anyway, so, first off, shout out to Walmart. I bought my first Transformer of the year. I've actually been passing on this guy for the last couple months. Because my Walmart's had it for a while, and I just keep passing it. Finally, I'm like, you know what? I need to buy it. So this is the first Transformer of the year for me. So, yippee, Hasbro. We'll see what else the future holds. I got my eye on a couple figures, actually. 3 or 4, I think. So, now that I have something I want to get, I'll probably be picking stuff up more often. Which means more reviews for you guys. Like I said, I don't want to do reviews until there's something interesting to do a review for me. Which is going to lead into the rant of the week in a minute here. Before we get there, we have a new giveaway up on the Facebook page. I only got 7 tickets left, and it's for the Make Toys Downshift, or whatever the hell they call it, Jazz. So the Make Toys Jazz is up, 7 tickets left for that. So if you're interested in that, hit me up as soon as you can so that we can get you tickets. And the last thing I want to ask you guys before we get into the rant is, since it's already mid-February almost, I really kind of blew it on the figures of the year for last year. So I was having a really hard time putting together a list for the figures I didn't like for last year. So the question is, would you guys still be interested in me doing a top 5 figures of last year for me and worst 5 figures of last year for me? Would you still be interested in that or not? Have we missed it? Is it too late to do it, kind of thing? That's where I'm kind of feeling. But at the same time, if everybody says, yeah, do it anyway, I'll do it anyway. I don't care. As you see from my background, I'm trying to put my displays set up in a new way. Anyway, damn it. Alright, so the rant of the week this week. Like I said, it kind of goes into what I was saying earlier about things, about figures that I'm interested in getting, and thus reviewing, is buyer fatigue. I don't know about you guys, if you guys have been getting this too. I think a few of you have, from the comments I've been reading lately. It's just buyer fatigue. It hit me hard. That is part of the big reason why I gave up on this whole thing. I've been still kind of wanting to collect certain things, but I have been so over this whole thing for so long. It just burned me out. We're going to talk about this. And mostly it's third party and Masterpiece. And Masterpiece not even is the culprit. It's third party feeding off the Masterpiece that's really, really getting bad. Now Masterpiece, they're Takara, so they're going to abuse the mold until they can't do it anymore. Same with Hasbro. But and for the most part, it's like, okay, let's take Sideswipe for example. You get Red Alert out of it. That was good. Then they did the G2 Sideswipe, which, that's fine. Then they do the Tiger Tracks, which is like, okay, whatever. And then they did the anime version of Red Alert. And it's like, okay, it's getting to that point where it's done. Let's move on, shall we? But it wasn't too terrible, But then when you talk about the Seekers, oh my god, the Seekers. that mold, just I can't justify spending $200 on the mold ever again. Will not ever. Just it's done for me. And that's just one company abusing a mold. But let's talk about the MP Seekers for a second here. You know, now we've got four different KO companies making KOs of the Seekers. So you got four different options, all of which are priced higher than the Hasbro versions. So it's like, ugh. You got the S model, you got the KBB, that's the one I have for the Starscream. It's pretty good. Then there's another KO that's just a straight up KO out of here. That one's just garbage. And then there's the oversized KO. And then we got oversized Sideswipe that came out, and oversized Optimus. And then you got Toy World. Just like there's tons, and then Make Toys is making them, and Toy World's making them, and then Iron Factory's making them. I think DX9 is making Legends one. Same with Iron Factory, I think. And then which brings me to the question: is why the fuck can't we get just classic style Voyager Seekers from somebody? Anybody out there that's making Seekers, can we please get just a Voyager classic, just upscale the Chug version? Anyway, so like the Predaking, that was a bit much for me, because you know, Unique Toys, they were about $60 a piece, except for the last one, which was about $120. So you know, that was a little costly. And then, but I had also gotten the MMC one, so that was $100 a piece. So there's $500 right there. $600 if you got the 6 member that doesn't exist. And then you had TFC that did it. These guys. And they were $100 a piece or so. So there's another $500 something. Devastator, for example, you know, you had Make Toys make one, the yellow one, and I think they're $120 a box for 2. And then Make Toys did the box set for the green one for like 4. 400. Then TFC was $100 a piece. Then you had Generation Toy, which was $100 a piece. Then you had Toy World, which is $100 a piece. You know, you're talking thousands of dollars here, you know, at this point. And then, you know, Hasbro, Takara, and it's just like, oh my god. And it's all the same fucking character. You know, a lot of people love the fact, and you know, everyone's going to have their own opinion on the matter. You know, part of me, I'm partly in that category where I love the fact that there's so many options out there. You could sit there and pick which version of a character you want. But then there's that part of me where it's like, I don't want to see another MP size Megatron come out. I don't want to see another MP size Galvatron come out. I don't want to see another MP size Optimus come out. I mean, come on, really, Toy World? I know it's like a bigger scale, but seriously. Yeah. And then, yeah, it just, for me, it just kind of got a little overwhelming. And it's like, okay, you know, one of the big things about my channel that I loved was the fact that I was trying to get all the types of one figure so that I could show you all the options all at once. But now, I don't want anything to do with that, because I don't want to spend another $1,500 on a combiners, like 3 combiners. I don't want to spend, you know, $200 on a Takara Seeker just so I could compare it to the Make Toys Seeker, you know, whenever that comes out. You know, I'll review it when it comes out if we do a giveaway on it. But I don't want to, you know, go out of my way and buy it myself, because I don't want it. I don't want it in my collection, because I'm so oversaturated with G1 characters. That's why the Primal for me was such a big deal, because this is the first really, you know, really good masterpiece scaled figure that's come out that's not G1. And I hate to say that because G1's a big part of a lot of people's lives. But I'm over it at this point. I want to see some new stuff. Back in when I first really started getting back into Transformers, that was Armada. I've always been into Transformers. I was huge in the Beast Wars. But then I took a break for Beast Machines because the toys kind of sucked, and the RAD because the toys kind of sucked. But when Armada really came out, then we're starting to get some new characters, some new things coming out that was kind of interesting. I kind of miss that. We're not getting that with the, current stuff that we're seeing. Titans Return, we're rehashing more Chug that we've seen before. The movies are the movie versions of Chug figures that we already have. We're not really getting anything new. We haven't since Prime. That was the last time we got a new character, like a truly new character, and that was Knockout. And that was a great character. Bulkhead and Ratchet were good characters too, but they were taken from animated. Same with Lockdown. But Knockout, that was a new, fresh character. And it's like, I kind of want to see more of that. I don't want to... I'm kind of done seeing the same character every single line. And for a long time there, it was like, okay, this is a Hasbro problem. We're always going to see new lines. We're always going to see new Optimus, Megatron, Bumblebee, Starscream. That's what we're going to see. Guaranteed we're going to see these in a line. But now third parties doing it. Not with those exact characters, but we're getting the same figures over and over and over and over again. We got, 4 or 5 different Trail Breakers coming out, or have come out. And yet no real option for Cliff Jumper. It's just, I think, like, MMC's smart enough that they're doing their Ocular Max line, but they're also doing their reformatted line, where it's more like an IDW with a fresh take on it. And it's like, okay, at least you're smart and you're going that route. And Toy World, although I'm not a huge fan of the scale, they're kind of going in their own direction as well. But Masterpiece, Fans Toys, X-Transbots, KFC, DX9, Unique Toys, they're all kind of going into that same route, and they're all doing the same figures. We've got what? I know there's 2 Jazzes out now, with 1 or 2 more on the way. Possibility of an MP coming. There's 3 different Hounds out, I think. Possibility of an MP coming, and it's just like, I don't want to see these same characters over and over and over and over and over again. And, it's like, for a while there, MP prices were pretty good. You're talking to like, MP Prime or MP Soundwave, $150. You get this huge set. Awesome. $200 for an MP Seeker. Really? And then Megatron's like $220. Shockwave was $160, something like that. And it's like the prices on them are getting to the point where it's like before, where it's like, oh yeah, if you want to get a nice big special character, you're talking about $100 to $150. Now they're kind of more in the $200 price range for a lot of them. And it's just like, I really don't want to spend this kind of money on these things. It's just kind of, spending $400 on something like, what was it? Utopia. If you're in a Chug collection, okay, there's a good price. That's a big hulking figure. $400 might be a little steep for it, but then it's like, let's see here. Let's take a look. We're going to go on Big Bad Toy Store, see what we got going on here. Just kind of looking through some third-party new arrivals here. Yeah, okay, Fans Toys Galvatron, $150. I guess I can't really see a good option here. Oh, Extras bought Cyclonus, $180. MMC's Titanica. I want the figure, but I really don't want to spend $115 for this. You know, everything else is like, oh, a new figure coming out. It's got to be $100. You know, oh, there's Sun Surge, $100. Oh, there's Sphinx, $190. Road Crane, $150. Planet X Jupiter, there's $105. Fans Toys, Weird Wolf, $145. Planet X Starscream, $105. Speed Bump from Bad Cube, there's $100. It just gets ridiculous. And like I said, it's like a lot of them are the same price over and over and over again. Now, like MMC's Carnifex, $180. Okay, that's worth it because it's a big hulking figure with lots of really great print paint and just looked good. Extra Spots Ollie reissue, $65. $65 for Ollie. Are you kidding me? Sell for $20. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm tired of seeing it. I was excited when MP Primal came out because, like I said, it's like, okay, here's something we haven't seen yet. Here's something new. You know, for as long as they do MP Beast Wars, you know, if some third parties get involved in that too, you know, count me in. I'm gonna be there. If people start doing some, like, there's that Scourge that just came out, which I want, but I don't have the money and it looks like it was sold out. But it's like, okay, because that's not G1. I'm so tired of G1. I don't want to see another G1 figure coming out. And like I said, it's just like, okay, so first you're going to get somebody say, oh yeah, we're making, let's say, hypothetically, DX9 announces, we're doing Cliff Jumper. You know, all right, game's on. Here comes a Cliff Jumper. Then you're going to get X-Transbot saying, oh yeah, we've got a Cliff Jumper on the way. And maybe Make Toys will do it too. And, you know, they're all going to be like that. You know, they'll show your test shots and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, we've been working on this one too. And then you'll have Fans Toys, of course, come in there and be like, oh, here's a blurry picture of a CGI render of a Cliff Jumper. We're making one too. It'll be out like 2018 or 2020. But we are making one, so don't spend your money elsewhere. So it's like, okay, now we got like 10 different Cliff Jumpers come along, and only half of them will actually make it, and the other half are going to be crap. Oh, I'm just burned. I've just been burned out on buying the same fucking character over and over and over again. I really don't need 18 versions of Wheelie. I don't need, you know, 5 different sets of Devastator. I don't need all of that. And yes, I know I don't have to buy all that, you know, but it's also like, you know, I want to be collecting Transformers. I really want to collect Transformers. It's one of my favorite hobbies I've ever had is getting the new Transformers, playing with them, putting them on the shelf, taking them down, putting them, you know, transforming them. But I just don't want these figures anymore. I am done with all these high-end, overpriced, third-party, masterpiece scale figures. I'm done with it. I'm done with like getting my hopes up for the next big release from a certain company, only to find out that it's the same fucking figure that somebody else put out. I don't want it. You know, Bruticus, for example. You know, we just got a good Bruticus from Orbitron, but now he's not in scale with, you know, TFC. So instead of that, we're going to get, you know, the new TFC Bruticus, and it's like, oh my God, kill me now. I just wish these companies would start working together and pooling their resources and finishing up one set of G1 for everybody. So let's get it done, and then we could do other things, because there's so many more lines to Transformers than G1. You know, we had G2, which, please, for the love of God, somebody give me a new masterpiece scaled Cyberjet. I would love that. I would love to get some new Cyberjets. But no, we're going to get some more Seekers, because we need a third version of Starscream. Or 8th version. We'll see. So there was the MP03 mold, I think it was. MP11 Starscream, the Hasbro Starscream. Make Toys is doing Starscream. TFC will probably do Starscream. There's 4 different KO Starscreams. iGear's Starscream. So yeah, 10 different versions of an MP Starscream. And yet nobody's really touched G2, really. Fans Project did, 1 car of the Stunticon set. 1 car. Not a set. 1 car. Because I would have been all over that. I would have been all over that. I'd get the Hasbro one if it was good, but I hate that Minosaur. So it's like, I don't want to buy it. And then have to buy all those upgrade kits to make it decent. Let's see, who else? What else? Then there was Machine Wars. We haven't seen much from Machine Wars. BotCon did a set a few years back. But we haven't really seen any more from there. Car Robots, or RID in America, which had the Scourge. So we have a Scourge figure coming out. That was awesome. But what about X-Brawn, Sideburn, and Prowl? I think those were the 3 car brothers. Or the Fire Truck Optimus Prime that combines with the big semi-truck Ultra Magnus. Come on, that'd be cool. Or how about the Megatron from that series, the 2-headed dragon? Or how about we do anything with Beast Machines? We've got MMC doing Strika, which looks great. Obsidian, which looks... but overall, it's better than what we had. But that's it. We don't have anything that's really updated from Beast Machines. And unlike Beast Wars, where you could be like, for example, I've got Optimus standing next to the original Beast Wars Megatron, and it looks okay. Obviously it's not perfect, but it looks okay. But but you can't do that with Beast Machines, because all of their figures were so bad that it's just unbearable. And the show was awesome. I love the show. Armada, Energon, Cybertron, as bad as the shows were, they had some great new characters that came out with some great looking figures. And outside of Hasbro doing a few Chug versions here and there, we haven't really got a lot of that. I would love to get the whole Armada crew. I would love that. Autobot and Decepticon. I would absolutely love to get those. Like a new, fresh take on these characters. Let's they could skip the little mini-con thing for now, because they don't need the gimmick, but let's just have some fun, MP-sized thrust from Armada. How cool would that be? Screw Starscream. I don't need another Starscream. Animated. Somebody could start doing animated figures. I know one company tried, but they only did 2 figures that were barely in the show. But how cool would it be to get like an MP-sized animated Megatron? If you like the animated show, or MP sized Prime? How about MP style Prime figures? That would just be the shit. Keep MMC knocking out those IDW characters. Yeah, let them do it. It's their game. Let them play. Make toys is. I'm not huge on the designs of their Optimus and Megatron that they've just put out, but hell, it's something fresh. It's new. Let them keep doing it. I'm so done with seeing the G1 over and over and over again, but more importantly, the same character being re-represented over and over and over again, and then the way like reviewers go, it's like, oh, this figure is so much better than the last version, you should probably pick this up. And yeah, that figure was probably better than the original version, but you know what? I don't care. I don't want to spend another $100. Let's take Galvatron. I have had the DX9 Galvatron, and he was just about perfect for me. I loved it. Then, now there's a Fan Toys one out. I had it for a second, and then I, did the giveaway for it. I didn't get a chance to look at it, but the point with that is, like, I wouldn't have bought it myself. And then, of course, X Transbots is putting one out eventually, maybe, possibly. But that thing's going to be a piece of shit. But my point is, it's like, I don't want to see 3 Galvatrons. I just want them to, DX9 to make a Galvatron. And then once all the other characters are done in G1, maybe we could go back and revisit a few. That the ones that really need it, or something like that. But I don't want every release to be the same character over and over and over again. How many MP Dinobots did we really need? Come on, Fans Toys, really? Another Slag? Or is it Snarl? Triceratops. I can't remember. I'm terrible with the Dinobot names. Grimlock and Swoop, those are the two that I have those down. But anyway, it's like, they made theirs, and then, Gigapower is going to make theirs, and then Fans Project is making a different one, or at least last time I checked. I don't know if they're still doing it, the Perfect Fusion or whatever. I don't know. Are they still doing it? If they are, why? Why? Just why? Anyway, so what are you guys' thoughts on that? Have any of you guys been feeling that little like, I don't really want to buy these things anymore? Or just, especially like certain characters where you're like, oh yeah, I've heard other people on like podcasts and stuff like that say this, where they're no longer buying figures from other companies because they know the company they love are going to put it out, sooner or later. So they just sit there and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. So I don't know. Before there was that little bit of opportunity where it's like, you know what? There's a new figure. I'm gonna buy it anyway. It's Fans Project. I love it. It's gonna be great. But now it's like, I don't know if I really want this. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Anyway, yeah. What's your guys' thoughts?